Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence. And it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean. And go Buffalo Bills.
Go Bills. We just watched them beat the Broncos.
Yeah, they beat the Broncos. They beat them handily.
Oh, yeah. No, the Broncos were just like, we're here, I guess. And then they just didn't do anything.
Well, problem is you start the game in the first quarter, watching the game in the first, from the beginning, and like the game's close, and then like I stepped away from it, and then the Bills just basically ran away with it. Yeah,
it was like really close. And then they just blew the Broncos out of the water. They never got another touchdown after that first one.
No, that's good. I mean, good for you. Good for me. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of disappointed Colorado people because this is like the first time in. I don't know if is this time or maybe it was last year. I don't think they were in the playoffs last year.
I don't think they were. No, I don't think they were. I don't think they made it.
But this is like the first time in a long time that they've been doing really well.
That's relative, I guess.
It's relative, but the thing is like, I'm from Buffalo, man. We never do anything well.
That's not true. You made it to the Super Bowls four times.
Yeah, we never won one though.
So you still made it.
Yeah, I know. It's and they hopefully will make it this year. So We'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see how this all shakes down. So other than that, not much else is going on. So we're just going to get right into the book.
So what is the book?
What is the book? Well, the book is, going to be a continuation from last week.
Oh, man.
Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 32 from... And I hate that. So this is the thing I don't like.
About these new ones? It's at the very back.
Oh, right. Well, this is actually, that's a new thing, too.
Yeah.
Newer for me, at least. But this is the only place where I can know the date. Because on the back, it says, Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 32 from December 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, that would be right on the cover here.
Yes.
And they used to have it because they kind of brought back this style of like the DC bullet with the box and everything. And it has the box, the issue number in the box. Which I think is great. I like that. I like being able to know what issue I'm looking at.
Sure.
I feel like that's a thing that they stopped doing. Usually underneath the number, the issue number, it'll have like the date and the year. So you can just be like, oh, this is what it is. And it's not here. And it's not here anywhere else on the cover.
No.
Which is
it's only in the back.
Yeah, this is really, really frustrating. Nonetheless, though, we have the cover. It is, again, picking up.
Did you say what month and year this was from?
Oh, yeah, December 2024.
Okay, cool.
And we are picking up from last week. Although I feel like this cover kind of like heard bits and pieces about what happened from like a million different people before it eventually. So a bunch of people. It's like that thing where you tell a secret.
Oh, it's like telephone.
The telephone thing, and eventually we get to like a person way down the line, and the message has already been changed.
It's all weird, yeah.
I feel like that's what happened with this cover because you have Batman and Superman on the cover and they've been eclipsified.
Eclipsified.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm trying to remember. I don't think they were eclipsified. No, at the end they were eclipsified.
I don't remember them being. I just remember the explosion at the end. They might have been, but I just remember the explosion.
Oh, that's right, the explosion.
Yeah, because I don't think we find out until this issue that they've been eclipsified.
But they've been eclipsified, and then apparently they also have turned into vampires.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Because if you look at like Batman's teeth, they kind of look like he has fangs.
Well, maybe he's just got pointy teethies. I don't know.
I mean, because what we think about Eclipso is he's kind of looks like an elf.
Yeah, he's like an elf.
God, but he's not an elf. I've never seen the traditional version of Eclipso without his hat. So he was a little pointy, like gimmicky thing with his, because I know he's got pointy ears, but like I don't know if he's got like if his head's shaped to fit that hat.
Okay.
Like a cone head.
Oh, he's got like a weird head?
He has got a weird head, or if it's something else. So I don't really know like sometimes like what he is and what he could potentially be, because he's also got like sharp teeth.
To me, he does definitely seem very elven.
Impish.
Yeah, impish.
Let's call him an imp.
Imp.
But Superman and Batman are eclipsified on the cover here. It's kind of a really cool pose, but like
it's fun
with them, looking all badass. And in the very back, in the background, like kind of splash in the background is Robin.
Yeah, Robin's like, oh.
Darkness Falls. This is Darkness Falls Part 2. We start off with, I guess, so there's news stories about the Watchtower exploding.
Yes.
Which maybe you can see from space, from Earth.
Well, it does also come down.
No, it explodes and it just kind of floats, but this rock
Well, I thought that rock was what's left of the Watchtower.
No.
Oh.
So because we're seeing here, there's the report coming from WGBS is that the satellite has been destroyed by unknown means.
Oh, no.
That's like being compromised to a permanent end.
It sure is. It has been exploded.
It's just floating in space. And this rock, Heart of Darkness, purple rock, shoots into the desert.
Yes. But it has peoples in it.
Well, right. Because I, for whatever reason, I still don't quite understand. Because I know like later there's like, oh, we're using him for bait. They're using us for bait.
Yes.
Right. But I don't. And maybe you could explain, because it doesn't make sense as to why you would want to save the Justice League. Because
if they're trapped inside of the rock thing, big Heart of Darkness, other heroes who have not been Eclipsified will realize this. This is the thinking. And then they will come to get them. And then
so he can Eclipsify them.
So he can Eclipsify them. That is what I assume he is doing, because we don't actually see what he's doing.
Well, there's a plan, and then I think like they have to change the plan later on. Nonetheless, okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But everybody is safe, so you've got everybody but Superman and Batman strewn about this crater.
Yeah.
After it lands, and then
the Eclipsified folk.
Well, not everybody was Eclipsified.
Well, no, the ones that are out, that are not in the stone, are the ones that were Eclipsified. So like Green Lantern, and I think Flash was, and all that sort of stuff.
No, they're all there because Green Lantern was Eclipsified, as was Green Arrow, and then you have Flash wasn't Eclipsified. Okay. And so none of those.
So did he? I thought they all came down in the rock.
They did.
Are they in the rock now?
They're going to be. He's going to like make another rock or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand why this looks like this. Yeah.
I thought they came down in the rock. That's why I was like confused.
Well, they came down in the rock, but then like it's like it goes away and then it comes back. I don't know. It's weird.
It's confusing.
But the main thing is that Batman and Superman have been Eclipsified.
They sure have. And
they're very happy.
They are very happy about it. And actually, when I read this, because I hadn't read the whole thing yet, I asked you if Eclipso is technically magic, because he would have to be in order to affect Superman. Right. And yes, they do refer to it as magic later on in the book.
Okay. So So that's why Superman, which like you think if that was the case, like Superman would be like jobbing out hard to Eclipso like all the time, like, or he should job out to like magic users all the time.
I feel like he doesn't, but he should do it more, if that makes sense.
Right. Because I mean, you would think like Dr. Fate could just be like, pop, just do it for fun. Just be like, hey, I can hit you. You can't do anything about it. Yeah. But Shadows Fall Part 2, we cut back to Superman and Batman are very happy to be Eclipsified, and they're off to do Eclipso's bidding. And Batman, or we jump to the Batcave. Alfred is, Dick, or Robin, which is Dick Grayson, as per DC Wiki. Yeah, we had to look this up because I wasn't. He's just referred to as Robin. If this takes place in main continuity, then Robin is Damian. But he doesn't look like Damian, so we had to look this up, and it is Dick. I think this is supposed to be like an old tale in the current continuity. Pre-Damian, pre-Tim? Pre-Tim. Pre-Jason. Jesus Christ, how long ago was this? I don't know, 1984? Yeah, I was going to say. No. That was when were the new Teen Titans? That was like what, 82 or something. So we're talking like somewhere in the 70s. Yikes. It's just weird, but it's just weird because the sliding scale, because now we're like. Because then the solar city doesn't make any goddamn sense. No, it just, it kind of feels like a Bronze Age thing. Yeah, it does. It does feel like a Bronze Age thing. He's like, oh no, the solar city has been covered in shadow. What should we do? A secret governmental organization operating behind the scenes. Task Force X.
Task Force X is an off-the-books government strike team made up of convicts with no hope for release, serving as expendable agents for impossible missions. Succeed, and I'll shave time off your sentences.
If we don't?
You'll be dead. Any other stupid questions?
The Suicide Squad, ran by Amanda Waller.
I'm Amanda Waller. I'm here to indoctrinate you convicts into our special forces.
And there's Checkmate, ran by Harry Stein. This is the tales of DC Comics' Suicide Squad and Checkmate, mostly monthly from Headspeaks. Available on iTunes under Task Force X and under Headcasts over at headspeaks.com. We can also be found on Facebook and Google Plus under Task Force X. Task Force X. Check it out, or you'll answer to the wall.
Nobody screws the wall!
This is where we're at, where Dick Grayson is Robin, and he is very upset in the Batcave. Big Penny is there.
Yeah.
I like seeing the Big Penny.
We love the Big Penny.
And he's
the dinosaur there?
The dinosaur is there.
We love the dinosaur.
I don't know if they're technically like in conjunction, like next to each other, but spatially, but they're just like, let's draw them next to each other just to make sure people know.
I mean, I feel like his collection would be in one spot, don't you?
Probably.
Like a museum. He could just like take a stroll.
That's true.
Through his memorabilia.
Although I wouldn't mind just kind of having like little knickknacks, like maybe like something in the bathroom, you know?
He might have something. We don't know. There is definitely a bathroom here somewhere.
We've talked about this, yes.
There has to be, because you have to be able to shower. So maybe he has, I don't know, like a framed picture of him and Superman giving each other a high five. I don't know what could possibly be in this bathroom.
I just want to imagine it's like one of those back when I used to work for my dad at the welder place, and in the bathroom they would just have, occasionally you would just see a very sub-tier porno mag, not Hustler, not Penthouse.
I mean, Bruce Wayne has
Playboy.
the money for the top tier of the porn mag.
Yeah, right. So I'm saying, but I just imagine that there's maybe at least a few good mags in there.
I would hope that, depending on what iteration of the Bat family we're talking about, there are women there,
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's probably just the one bathroom.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got like men and women's.
No, I assume he would just have one that's like a nice big bathroom with like a nice shower. And
so like, but because somebody like either Selena or Babs is walking in there, be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if Selena,
this is weird.
Selena, I don't think it would face her at all, but Babs might be like, ew, gross.
No, yeah, Babs totally, yeah.
Yeah, or even like Cass.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Stephanie, like we were talking about lately.
You put these kids in danger. You're not supposed to be showing them things.
I mean, that's probably the least of the danger that these kids are in. Let's be honest.
That's true. he gets busted on like child endangerment.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, these
creep charges.
These teenagers looked at this porno mag versus I taught these teenagers to fight crime by
kill
well, he doesn't kill, by kicking people in the face.
I feel like Bruce Wayne is the guy that I once saw in a commercial for Playboy magazine, because sometimes they would have those, and sometimes if you would watch MTV or VH1 or some stupid thing long enough,
probably USA
or USA, and they would just be like, hey, do you want to get some magazines? Cool, and here's a free video calendar with a bunch of playmates in it, babes, and but there was this guy where it was like one of those things where it's like just some regular guy in his house, and he's just like, I love Playboy magazine. Look, there's this one, and here's this one. I kind of collect them, and towards the end, he opens up his fridge, and there's Playboy magazines in his fridge.
That's what?
I'm not kidding. There's magazines in his fridge, and he kind of pulls one out, and he's like, Doesn't
that make them kind of damp though?
I don't know. Maybe he feels like they keep his eggs fresh. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what is it? Just like nothing but Playboy magazines and eggs? What kind of fucking more like crazy?
Whoa! I got Playboy.
What kind of crazy maniac is this? Where it's just a fridge full of eggs and Playboys?
I don't know. I gotta find this. Yeah, I gotta find some of those commercials, because it was just like it was like a guy who was like, I'm very dignified, but I love Playboy. I read it for the articles sometimes, and beautiful women. Also, look at my fridge. It's filled with Playboy magazines for some reason.
You're not a normal guy if you have a fridge full of magazines.
No, you're not. No, I'm not saying. I'm not condoning this.
I'm just saying, like, you can't be normal if you have a fridge full of magazines. It doesn't matter.
Any magazine,
that's what I mean. Of any magazine.
For even the people, the most collectorists of comics, the people that have all these comics just like to kind of store them wherever. Don't put any of them in the fridge.
Right. I mean, who would put one in a fridge?
Oh,
Ben Affleck's character from that one movie, The Accountant.
That's where he keeps Amazing Fantasy 15.
Because
16.
Holy shit, I will never get over that shot in that movie.
Not enough people talk about it.
No one talks about it. We are the only ones. He is putting, if I remember correctly, an Action Comics #1
In a duffel bag.
No, it's not even protected. It's not even in a bag. It's just loose. And he just puts it in a duffel bag at the bottom.
I have to go back and watch that and see.
Was it first appearance of Green Lantern? Oh,
no. It's
Action Comics number
It's
one?
either Action Comics or Detective Comics.
It's one of the two. I remember
it's one or the other.
Fuck? I want to say it's Action
because he was probably already going to be Batfleck by that time. I think that movie came out like just before it.
I think you're right.
I think I need to watch it because I need to see that because not enough people go, yeah, that happened. That's really weird, right?
Man, I should put that on my my request month list.
It's John Lithgow's a villain.
That's right. He sure is. And remember, he's also supposed to be like autistic.
He's supposed to be autistic.
And so he like just sits on his bed listening to metal real loud.
Oh, that's right. He's a metal guy. Hey, just like Bruce Wayne.
I actually was thinking this morning that maybe we should watch that show.
What, Gotham?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should be the people to do it.
I think we might want to be the people to do it because apparently it lasted for 5 seasons.
It's too long.
Oh, 100% too long. Like one season was too long, but maybe if they lean into the camp factor of it, it will just be amazing.
Back to this because there's a lot of dumb going on in this book too.
Oh yeah, this book is
this book is something.
This book kind of took a little bit of a turn.
Robin's very upset, and the lights get shut. I don't know where Alfred is, but the lights get shut down, and Batman.
He's looking for Alfred, right? Bruce was supposed to be on the Watchtower because he always logs his departures and destinations. He puts them on a little book. It's actually probably a good idea. You want to know where he is?
Yeah, that's true.
Because one day he might not come home. You got to go find his body.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully before somebody takes off his mask.
If he goes to space, you just put space ?
He might actually just put space ? But he's like, Alfred, I think he was on the Watchtower. And then all of a sudden, Superman and Batman appear here in the cave.
I like the silhouette of them with the kind of like
cool,
with the Eclipso swirlies and the red eyes. And
there's a really, and I think it's later. There are some really cool drawings in this book, especially with like all this like swirly energy because they do it with Eclipso, but Dr. Fate has it too because it's magic.
Yeah, we're swirling.
There's a picture of Dr. Fate in here that's just so fucking cool.
Yeah, no, there's some good stuff in this book. I mean, as stupid as it is, this actually scratches it really scratches an itch.
It does feel, and you're right, it does feel very bronze-ish. So Batman and Superman appear in the cave, and Robin's like, oh no, they've been eclipsified. I think Batman zaps him.
Batman does zap him.
And he kind of but then they don't give a fuck that he's there, and Robin's like, well, I mean, if you don't care that I'm here, I guess I'm just going to sit here and like, somehow I have goggles or the lenses in my little domino mask thing. I can look at the computer.
He pulls them up.
Oh, he pulls them up. I thought they were like.
No. He has them sitting somewhere.
They're goggles. The goggles, they do something.
Because what happened? Because immediately Batman.
Nothing for that. The goggles, they do something.
They did. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I was moving too fast. The goggles do something. They sure.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Because I was moving too.
Joke.
It's very dumb, but it's very. That's what makes this work.
Yeah.
He has the goggles.
So he looks at what they're looking at.
Because immediately, because Batman and Superman go to the computer.
Because even Eclipsified Batman knows where to get information.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's controlling Batman's sweet brain with all that information in it.
That's probably a weird thing to do.
Yes. So I'm just trying to think like if these panels were together, it might be kind of fun, but they're not. Because Robin, first of all, pulls out the goggles, branded goggles. If you recall.
Oh yes, they have an R. They do have an R.
They're in his colors, and everything is fashioned to kind of like have like a bit of like a Robin eyes, and then it says R on there. Like these are nice.
I mean, again, Batman really should have gone into marketing the way he brands everything.
Yeah,
even for his sidekicks, apparently
he can make so much money.
You need cool goggles. Let's make them in your colors with your insignia.
That's right.
Yep.
But it's funny because Robin's like, I got to see what they're doing on the computer. And he just looks at, he puts it on. And before we see what they're doing, he's like, oh, this is bad. And I'm like, what could they be doing on the computer? Like, did they like go to like
AOL chat room?
AOL chat room, and Batman's just like ASL.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like when you used to go on with your friends.
Yep.
Do you ever do that?
You went to rotten.com. Yes.
Well, see, we used to go down to Susie's house and sit at the family computer and go into AOL chat rooms and yell at people. But for some reason, Susie's computer talked. And I don't know if we ever tried to figure out, like her dad wanted it to talk. I don't remember what happened. It just talked. So it would read what was on the screen.
Does it talk?
Yeah, it would read what was on the screen out loud.
That's probably a setting that you probably should turn off.
I wanted to turn, I would totally, but I think her dad wanted it on or something. I don't exactly remember
maybe
why
he
it was
wanted to
on.
hear what was going on so you could
He
keep
wasn't
track on his kid.
home. I don't know.
Maybe he's recording it somewhere secretly. He's like, I'll show them I record everything.
Never cared. Never gave a fuck about anything that we were doing on the computer. So we're sitting there and it would like, because you know, people would like type all sorts of weird shit in like binary code language and they'd like do that A6 or whatever that draws things. So then the computer would read it. It would be like 00110011 like for 20 minutes.
Jesus.
It was awful. Awful.
Chatty computer.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Nobody likes that.
No.
But yeah, Robin's like, oh my God. And then we got Batman, Superman, and Batman's like, there's the nearest one. Superman's like, okay, cool. And he's like, Batman's kind of like, all right, get the fuck out.
Yeah, he's like, why are you still here?
Bro.
Move your ass.
What the fuck, dude?
Superman's like, oh, yeah, I will go do the thing, whatever the thing is.
Yeah, which I think he just crashes through the Batcave. There's a big ass hole there now.
Yeah, that's Superman.
But and then Robin goes off. He's like, I need some people.
Yeah, he says he needs some hitters and something else.
Transportation.
So he must like grab a bike or something.
Right, because we
not a motorcycle
or bike or maybe 10 speed. You know, maybe a moped.
It has to be a motorcycle because he ends up in Civic City.
Yeah.
And this is Gotham. I don't think they're as close as Metropolis and Gotham. Per Zack Snyder's universe, they're across the bay.
It's true.
I don't know if that's actually canon.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how.
I don't know where shit is. Gotham's in New Jersey.
Gotham is New Jersey, and Metropolis, I guess, would be is New York. I guess.
I guess it's New York.
It's always confusing.
So then they are that close.
I guess we're supposed to believe that.
So okay, that can't be because it might be canon now, but in the animated universe, which has been destroyed, as we know, when Bruce meets Clark for the first time, he takes like a huge fucking plane and stays in Metropolis. Like a huge like jet, and he takes it and he lands at the airport. But if he's coming from New Jersey, why would he need such a big plane? Like I'm talking like a 747, like it's huge. It's not like a little tiny John Travolta private plane.
Right.
Yeah.
So we jump back to the Solar City. Batman and Superman go to visit actual Bruce Gordon. Or maybe Eclipso. Or no, wait.
This is Eclipso and...
a Superman. Wait, so Batman's still on a computer. And
because Batman ends up like going to bother Jim Gordon later.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So then, but Superman is with Eclipso, and Eclipso acknowledges Bruce Gordon. He's like, we were going to do some shit, but now everything's changed. Yeah.
So because Eclipso's not, he's controlling him, but he's not like him. Does that make sense?
He's got pointy ears.
Yeah. He's like, you're sort of an Eclipso, but I'm Eclipso. So I'm actually going to call you Lumos. Lumos. So I am Eclipso and you are Lumos and we are all together.
But I guess the plan is that the superheroes are more useful as tools than as corpses. So Eclipso, we're gonna try to do a bunch of stuff with the superheroes, and we're gonna take over the world. So this is a plan. So that makes sense why he would save them.
Yeah.
And that thing. Also, Mona Bennett is still alive from last issue.
Oh yeah, that's right. We see her like.
She's kind of look here.
Because we didn't know if she was alive or dead.
Yeah.
But she is alive.
So now we jump back to Civic City and the Justice Society.
This is very strange, though. Can we say this? So we go back to see everybody at the JLA.
Because remember from last issue, Red Tornado collapses on the JSA steps.
Yes. And so I guess they put him in the med bay or something.
Yeah, they put him in his favorite Bacta tank or something.
But that's what doesn't make sense because Dr. Midnight, they're like, how's he doing? He's like, he's healing. I'm like, he's a machine.
Maybe he has a self-healing thing.
Somebody needs to build him.
No, maybe it's different now.
Maybe he has his own little...
Yeah, maybe he's got
Brainiac has those things. You think he has them where they like come out and they fix himself?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen... I just know...
But if this is then... Who knows? I don't know where this is.
Again, all bets are off here because we don't really... They could... This is taking place in the past, but maybe Red Tornado had like a sophisticated system back then where he was able to repair himself, and but he is safe.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Fate is like, okay, so here's the deal. The rest of the heroes, except for Batman and Superman, are stuck in a black version of Eclipso's Black Diamond. It's in the middle of the Sahara.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we got to deal with this. And then Robin runs in and he's like, oh, cool. Everybody's alive, but Batman and Superman are Eclipsos.
Yeah.
And I watched Batman go onto the NASA files, which he is easily just able to jump onto.
Yes.
And look at the Earth's telecommunications satellites. And I guess the plan would be
to knock them out.
Is for Superman to go up there and quote, play handball with them.
Yes. Are we ever going to discuss just like as a society that Batman's probably one of the biggest criminals of them all?
Yes.
The fact that he constantly steals government documents so he can find shit out. I realize he thinks he has a good reason to do so, but he is just as guilty as everybody he fucking chases.
And you would think that the JSA, upon hearing this, would have been like, dude, wait, Batman has access to NASA files?
He shouldn't.
I don't think he should.
No.
Is that even legal?
It's not.
Can you even do that?
No, because he hacked in and he got it himself.
You can do that. Yeah.
So he is committing cybercrime, not to mention the fact that he breaks and enters all the time. And then assault.
Batman is just a raving maniac.
He is a raving maniac. I mean,
we know this.
We did actually see, though, in The Caped Crusader, Bruce Wayne almost catch a fucking felony for punching a guy in the face.
Yeah.
Literally was a felony charge. Harley Quinn says a felony. And the only reason he doesn't have to go to jail is because he's rich. Nice.
Such is the society.
It's very realistic.
It's very realistic.
Yes.
But the complications of this is that, if all the satellites go out, then we're not going to be able to do literally anything, because because this is like, even though this is in the past, it's still it's
still the now.
It's still the now. So there's like GPS and all this stuff.
Hospitals apparently talk to each other or something.
Well, hospitals serve,
just basically, if you couldn't, if you went to work and your computers were down, and what a fucking mess that would probably be. It would be like that, but like everywhere.
Well, it'd be like, I guess it's like to the degree that, there's 911 services that, rely on some sort of satellite, relay system. I don't know this for certain, but, you have to, think that if that goes down, that's not going to go well for anybody.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, let's split up. This is where they go to. This is where we end up in Gotham City.
Yes.
We've got Jim Gordon, who is like shining the bat signal because he's like,
they were worried since the Watchtower exploded.
Right.
They're like, oh my God, he could be dead. Yeah. Batman doesn't die.
Batman's like, Jim's like, I refuse to believe he's dead.
He's not. Don't worry about it.
And Babs is here. Babs is wearing
a bat shirt.
No, she's wearing a Walmart Wonder Woman shirt.
I thought that was a bat symbol.
No, that's a Wonder Woman shirt. Unless I'm not looking at it correctly, but it looks like a Wonder Woman shirt. Like it's just literally just a Wonder Woman logo.
You're right.
On a black shirt. So Wonder Woman.
Yeah, you're right.
Robin know how to market. You know what I'm saying?
I know. These people all should have been marketers. I don't know. Maybe it's like when you join the Justice League, you have a meeting with Batman and he decides how much of your logo needs to be splashed across merch.
Oh, okay. Since
he's really good at branding stuff. He's the guy who says we need, 14 different Wonder Woman shirts. I don't know.
I wonder if Batman has a silk screen press or something to make t-shirts.
No, he doesn't have he's not going to use it, but he pays people to do it.
That's true. That's how he rehabilitates the criminals in Gotham. They make shirts they make the Justice League shirts.
You know what? Actually, that would probably work.
Actually, that'd be great.
Because he did in the animated series, he did give the ventriloquist a job in the Wayne Enterprises mailroom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. When he got out of jail. So he could employ them at his shirt factory.
You know what? I take back what I said about Batman being a raving maniac.
No,
he's a raving maniac. He's a good, noble man.
Yeah, he's a raving maniac with a good heart.
The best kind.
The best kind of maniac.
Batman, though, he shows up because the bat signal's going, and it gets there's a real cool thing where it gets covered in shadow, and Batman just rips it out and is about to chuck it at Gordon.
Yeah.
Because he's up there, being all eclipsified and floating or whatever. It probably should have. No, Batman. Actually, because Batman, Gordon doesn't say anything when he sees him. I thought it was gonna be he's gonna be like, holy shit, Batman, you can fly now, because he's just kind of hovering in the air.
Right.
he's about to chuck it, and then the JSA thankfully shows up. I think like it's weird the way that it's drawn here for like a second. When you could see it, it looks like Hawkman comes in and smacks Batman with his mace.
Yeah.
Eclipso or whatever.
The Spectre shows up too.
Well, yeah, we're getting here because like
humongously.
Well, I just like that the original Sandman is here, and the original Sandman's deal was just like he had a gas gun.
So what was he doing?
Hawkman like smacks him with the thing, and then he's like, "All right, use your gas gun," and it just and you just see like puff.
Oh, sad.
Right? Eclipso was like, "Hey, yeah, well, glad you're here. Did you bring the rest of your motherfuckers or whatever?" And this is where the Spectre shows up. And he's like, "Yo, what up?"
And he's humongous.
Eclipso just goes, "Oh, Spectre, yeah, like my magic is stronger than yours."
And Hawkman's like, "Is that true?" And he's like, "Yup."
He looks so disappointed here. He's like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna sit this out."
I mean, he's right. Batman's always right.
Yeah,
Gonna sit here and be sad.
I don't even have a shirt.
It doesn't have a shirt.
I mean, I got a Spectre shirt. I'm wearing it. Actually, I'm wearing it right now.
I noticed
in real life. I got a Spectre shirt.
I noticed that earlier, and I was like, I
wish I didn't have a bleach stain on it. I would wear it in public.
Well, maybe you should get another one.
I need to get another one. There's actually one I saw. It's like it just says it's a picture of the Spectre, and it just underneath it says, "I'm ghosting you."
That's really funny.
I was like, oh man, the Spectre and 21st century puns.
Yeah.
How about
Jokes.
that? So we're spaced out. Batman's already started smacking around some satellites, and Jay Garrick and Dr. Fate are up here.
How is Jay Garrick there?
I mean, it looks like he's covered. And
he must have some sort of covering.
Because Dr. Fate made some sort of like, oxygen thing for him. He's like,
all right,
breathe this apparatus or whatever.
Sure. Breathium apparatium.
And I do think it's funny because you think that these guys have been together long enough that they kind of know how powerful some of them are. But this is where but Jay's just like, so Dr. Fate, you think you beat Superman? And I'm like, and rightfully so, though. He's like, look, he is susceptible to magic, but Dr. Fate points out, he says his Kryptonian side is vulnerable to sorcery, but not the infestation within him. Okay. But I don't know exactly what it is.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that. I mean, it's like religious. The Heart of Darkness or whatever.
He's an entity.
He's an entity because it's kind of like how Spectre is like an entity,
or like Phantom Stranger.
Or Phantom Stranger, yeah. Like these are the God guys.
I realize Spectre is like the wrath of God, but I just considered them entities.
No, I think Spectre is vengeance. Eclipso is the wrath. They're supposed to be the wrath
of God.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing? Or do they recon that?
I don't know. That's
all right. Cool.
I just don't get because
I don't understand why there's a golden one, golden Eclipso.
That's I'm still trying to understand too. I don't. And maybe they're kind of retconning some of the stuff. Maybe I should actually look in the DC wiki and try to get a better handle on this nowadays. Because I mean, obviously they're changing things to fit whatever they see to do. But so Superman sees Dr. Fate. He's shooting his lasers at him, and he tells Jay to run. Right, which is all the big panel just says run, which I like. It's actually kind of
which actually cool. I forgot our last episode. I forgot to point this out, and I saw it when I was putting together that little video thing that we put on the Instagram. When I was taking pictures of the comic book, there's a part where Flash is like doing like a lever, and it just says chonk.
And
I was like chonk, and I almost put that in there, but I didn't have enough room, so chonk.
But Jay goes running, and now we're in the Sahara, and Flash and Green Arrow or Green Lantern are all like, "Hey, we got to try to get out of this rock." And Flash can't vibrate through it, and Green Arrow or Green Lantern can't use his ring on it for whatever reason.
None of Arrow's arrows will help.
Oh yeah, because Becketer is like, "Hey, use an arrow," and he's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't." Because he says something. I think this is in reference to a previous Justice League comic.
Probably.
It's of some sort. It says, "Last time I got you folks out of a diamond, I was on the outside. This is no bueno." So, and Ralph kind of hypothesizes like, yeah, maybe we're being kept for some reason. That's just what we're doing here.
Yep.
But then Alan Scott shows up, Green Lantern.
Yeah, because as Hal is kind of zapping Alan Scott, you kind of like the wall opens just enough so they can see each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, how about we aim at the same spot?
Yeah, he's like, let's touch tips.
Yeah, so they do. They dock.
Ralph kind of determines it's like, oh, we're being used for bait.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where the next page is
is the whole reason we're doing this?
Not the whole reason we're doing it, but it definitely makes it interesting. Eclipso and Spectre are fighting, and then Dr. Midnight's on the side there, and he's like, hey, if Batman's in there somewhere, maybe we can reach him somehow. And so the Spectre grabs Robin, he kind of levitates
and
Robin.
He goes, I have no choice.
He goes, also Robin's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, poor Robin, not doing anything.
And he's like, too much is at risk, Batman. I have no choice. And he proceeds to snap Robin's neck.
To the point where his bone actually protrudes from the skin.
Really? It's not just
insane.
It's not just like he like twisted his head.
No.
He literally took his head and
he broke it like a twig.
And so like the top of the spine that is cracked off is going to protrude. The top.
Yes.
Is going to protrude. It is.
It's gnarly.
It is wild.
It is wild.
He does that and Batman's like, Robin!
Yeah, Batman starts screaming and immediately is no longer like Eclipso loses his hold.
Eclipso loses his hold because Hawkman's like, what the fuck, Spectre?
Yeah,
what the hell's wrong with you?
And Spectre's like, I used illusion. Robin's not really dead. You just all thought I killed him in one of the most gruesome ways possible.
It's like him just doing the thing with his thumb.
Exactly like when it's like, oh, got your nose. But
it's not really his nose. It's just...
I didn't really break his neck and poke his spine through all of his skin.
I'm glad. I mean, it was pretty impressive though. I got his whole head.
Yeah, it was kind of nice.
Over, and the top of his spine, and you got to see the bone.
Yeah, it was like more than a 90-degree angle. Like it was
Robin's head was snapped to like 360 degrees.
Yeah, it went all the way around.
It was like a 270 snap.
Yeah, it really was. It was impressive. And then of course Batman is cuddling or like holding Robin. Like, no, my boy.
His face here is actually pretty great. He's like,
oh, yeah, he thinks he's dead. And then Batman's like, I needed to be free. Never do that again.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't get a fucking fist in his face.
I'd imagine now that anytime they have a JSA meeting and the Spectre shows up and all the other people there, like Hawkman's going to be like, yo.
You know what? That's why the Question walked away from him.
Yeah, yes.
In fucking Crisis. He was like, I disagree with everything you are and everything you stand for is what he said to him. And then he walked away.
And if you stand for breaking necks,
making people think that you've snapped necks,
doing neck snap illusions or whatever.
Man, maybe Spectre actually took over Superman's body. And that's why he snapped Zod's neck in Man of Steel.
Oh, okay.
Now there you go.
Yeah, he had a thirst for what's the medical? Is there a better? I keep saying neck snap. I'm trying to think of a better way of.
I mean, it's a broken neck.
Yeah, he's like I thirst for cracked spines, and so maybe that'd be a great way. That'd be great if like Zack Snyder explained it that way.
That'd be actually really funny if he did.
He's like, well, I'm actually
see, based on World's Finest number whatever the 32
that comes out in 5 years.
Spectre
or 6 years.
Actually really loves to snap necks, so he has possessed Superman's body to save the world. And kill Zod.
But you just didn't see him.
You didn't see that.
You didn't see him.
That's what happened.
And that's why at the end when Superman's screaming.
Yeah.
Like
that's the Spectre actually leaving his body.
Because it hurts, you see.
Yes. When you are not like depossessed, let's say, it's like a vacuum turns on and sucks it out of you and it kind of hurts. So that's what happened. Next question for Zack Snyder.
Thank you, Comic-Con.
Thank you, Comic-Con. It's been great. Good seeing you.
Batman v Superman 2016. All right, see you later.
Excuse me, Zach, I have a comment more than a question. And they're like, no, shut up, run. This is over.
So, but that's what happens. I use illusion. I dove beyond darkness, though I could find Batman's soul fighting within its depths. So there's like a piece of it there. There's a little Batman going, I was unable to free it, but therefore I used the illusion to provoke its reemergence. It was the only tool strong enough to do so.
Yep.
And Robin, because Robin's not even there, I don't think, in the first place. He's just like, I was going to call the Titans for like help.
I think because he was like illusioned, he doesn't actually remember what happened.
No, but he's not, yeah, because he's not there.
Are you sure he's not there?
No, he wasn't there beforehand.
Oh, you mean he just like, Spectre just like.
Yeah.
So it's not even an illusion of Robin. He just like snapped his fingers and he like teleported him.
Well, no, he somehow teleported him, but then I see that's the thing.
I think he must have been there because I think he was just. I really think it was like he's kind of out of it.
Well, he is out of it because he's like, where am I? I was calling the Titans, and then this.
But Batman is still holding his body.
But he's holding his physical body, and it's not
that part's not an illusion.
So the Spectre can like graphically break your neck and bring it back to life immediately.
No, I think it was just like, here's Robin. What you see is the neck snap, but he's encased in my Spectre energy. Maybe it's like putting him behind a film screen. You know, like you're projecting that image, but the real Robin is standing behind it.
Okay,
maybe that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I need like one of those magic secrets revealed to like help me with this.
Explanation for this. And they're like, well, that's not going to work against Superman. And this is where we get this.
Kind of. Well, actually, because it could.
Well, it could also go the other way, as Injustice shows us.
Right.
If you really, really want to do something crazy, you might end up making him a fascist.
Yeah. We got to be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
So Jay is running he's got Superman's attention.
And this is the cool picture of Dr. Fate.
Because Dr. Fate is kind of like creating this path for Jay to run on.
Yes.
You know, in space, of course, which is crazy. And
because he's running right into the sun.
He's running towards the sun. And then just before he gets to the sun.
Because Superman's following him.
Oh, no, the Superman's following him. But then like, I think Dr. Fate like shoots him.
I don't know if he shoots him.
He does because he kind of hits him with
like push him out of the way.
And he has so Jay could turn. He's like, Jay, you turn.
Yeah, because Jay will die if he goes too close to the sun.
Jay is not a solar battery. Jay Garrick is not a solar battery, but
he would die.
But Superman gets hit and he goes into the sun.
He does because they're like, well, you know, Eclipso thrives in the dark, and the best way to get rid of darkness is to shine light on it.
Yeah, and then we get this picture of Superman like,
Superman's like, I'm no longer Eclipsified.
Look how big my nose is here.
He's got a big old nose. He's got a Triple H nose.
Yeah, I'm no longer Eclipso.
They're like, yay, we're all free.
Well, no, we gotta go back to the Sahara. The Green Lanterns are shooting at each other. As this is happening, like something happens to Alan. Like he gets like there's like Eclipso energy that distracts him. But this is where like it's not working. And this is where Green Arrow is like, he's like, you pussy!
Yeah, Green Arrow's just yelling abuse.
He's like, you gonna let Eclipso win? I never took you for a quitter. What kind of man are you?
Yeah.
And so Hal manages to work. Green Arrow is like, I want to punch Eclipso in the throat.
Yeah, he does, which is actually very funny.
He's like, let's go find Dr. Fate. And they go back to Solar City, and all the heroes are here.
Mm-hmm.
We got Eclipso and Bruce Gordon, because Superman's like, you're finished here. And they're like, agreed. And then
this is weird.
We get this big flash.
Yeah, because this is Eclipso and Luminous are together. Lumos.
Yeah, so it's Bruce or Lumos or whatever.
He's just a golden Eclipso, basically.
Yeah, I guess. I'm so
That's what he looks like, right?
No, he just looks like a... Oh, no, yeah, he's a golden. He's got a bunch of shinies going on here.
Yeah, so he's like a gold Eclipso. Yeah. And they're just like, and there's like this great picture of like the whole Justice League being
it's pretty cool looking.
It's great. And they're like, here we are, we're going to kick ass. And they're like, not today. We're going to turn you into crystals.
Yeah, we're turning into crystals. We got better things to do.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot to mention, Mark Waid, of course, is the writer. The art is from Adrian Gutierrez. Mm-hmm. So Adrian Gutierrez is killing it.
Yeah, no, there's some really great pictures in this book.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So they turns everybody into glass, like everybody, or into something.
Crystal?
A crystal or some sort of ice. They're just suspended.
They're covered in stuff.
And Eclipso goes, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
This is a very Joker kind of panel.
100%, yes.
Which is weird to see the Eclipso doing it, but I'm not complaining because I like Eclipso.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, next, the War of Light and Shadow, and that's going to end up wrapping up this run. Batman, Superman, World's Finest from number 32 from December 2024. I mean, I think we're enjoying. I think I'm enjoying. I read this really recently, and reading it again, I'm enjoying it more.
It's kind of fun
because it feels totally Bronze Age.
It does, yeah.
Like we're talking like,
'cause like, you know,
early 80s Justice League of America weirdness.
Which I appreciate. I really do. I love that era, as we know.
Yeah, so it's just, but so this is totally scratching that itch, and hopefully
there'll be more neck breaks. Jesus Christ, that came out of nowhere too.
I know, right?
Because you're just like, dude, and all the Spectre's like, you leave me no choice, and there's this huge panel of Robin's neck just sticking out of the skin, and he's dead.
It's graphic as fuck, dude.
It's a great drawing. Don't get me wrong, it is an awesome drawing, but at the same time, it's just like.
But I wonder if like Mr. Gutierrez was like, Mr. Wade, I have a question. Do I need to really put his spine coming through here?
The answer is yes.
He's like, yes. He's like, okay.
I mean, my answer to that would always be yes.
That's true.
Yes, draw the spine.
More spine.
More graphic violence.
But that's going to do for this week's episode. Hopefully I'll have more information for it next week or maybe whenever they get around to it. But the JS April thing we're participating in this coming April, obviously we'll have like a promo or something for that. I know there's a website that's supposed to be up too, but I don't have it yet. But that's something we're going to be a part of with the Fire and Water Network, celebrating JSA or Justice Society. And please find us on our socials and find us on YouTube. Angry Hero 79 is my channel, and you could go to the Worst Collection Ever playlist. Or I think I'm wondering, I should do a better like job of like seeing if you can actually look up our stuff. If you type in like Worst Collection Ever podcast and like you in the search engine on YouTube and see what comes up, like a playlist or whatever. But the way that you can access a playlist from there, or if you're looking at this, the URL is on the show description, in the show description of the podcast every week. So if you need to get a hold of that, it's right there, and you can subscribe to it if that's something you like to do. And also, of course, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, please rate and review. Give us, as many stars as you'd like. Let us know what you think. worstcollectionever@gmail.com, of course, too, is our email. We would love to hear from you. So once again, folks, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.